Final update. Parents said they skipped my birthday because everyone's been so busy. 2 days later, my aunt posted, grateful for family and surprise cake nights. It was for my sister. I waited. Then my mom messaged, you're still covering the electricity, right? I replied, definitely. Then I shut off every account I managed. Left a note in the smart thermostat, find warmth in each other. At 8:03 a.m., I got 41 missed calls, one said emergency. I didn't correct her. If that's how they wanted to frame it, fine. But I knew they'd be back. I could hear the irritation rising, but I didn't feed it. I'm not doing it. You're unbelievable sometimes. You know that? And she hung up. By the time I checked my phone that evening, I had 3 messages from my dad. All of them short, so this is how it's going to be. You've made your choice. If we're not family anymore, just say it. No calls, just statements. Like he was declaring war but didn't want to hear the other side. I didn't reply, not because I didn't have anything to say, but because I knew exactly what would happen next. And I was right. Sunday, I drove over to Grandma's. She'd asked me to pick up some groceries for her, eggs, bread, a specific brand of orange marmalade she swore by. I didn't ask how she was getting by without the family credit card I'd canceled. I had a feeling she'd never used it anyway. When I walked in, she was in her robe and slippers, reading a paperback mystery novel with half the pages falling out. She smiled when she saw me, but her face dropped just slightly as she said, they're slipping again, I know. She handed me a cup of tea, like we always did when I visited. The silence was comfortable, familiar. After a few minutes, she said, they think if they push just a little, you'll cave. They always thought that. This time's different. They're starting to realize they don't know you without the wallet attached. I stayed longer than I planned. We talked about nothing, TV, an old neighbor who got arrested, a bad cake she baked last week. It felt like safety. When I got home that evening, I found it. A new group chat had been created. Family meeting tomorrow. Our house. 7 p.m. No context, no greeting, just an invitation that sounded more like a summons. It had been made by Ashley. My mom and dad were already in it. Grandma wasn't. That told me everything. They wanted a meeting but not with everyone, just the 3 of them and me. I didn't reply. I just stared at the name of the group. They were going to try to reset the board again, but this time they were going to push harder. Maybe guilt, maybe anger, maybe promises they didn't plan to keep. Whatever it was, I wasn't walking in unprepared. Because now I had nothing left to lose except the piece of peace I'd started to build without them. I never replied to the group chat. But at exactly 6:56 p.m., I turned off my car engine in their driveway. The house looked the same chipped paint on the garage, same porch light flickering like a dying firefly. But everything else felt different, colder, like I was pulling up to a building where someone I used to know lived. Ashley opened the door before I knocked. No greeting, no smile, just a silent nod. Then she stepped aside. They were all in the dining room already. 4 chairs set up around the table, perfectly spaced. The 4th one, the one left for me, was pulled out slightly, like they were trying to look welcoming without actually being welcoming. I sat down. No one said anything for a full minute. Then my dad cleared his throat like we were about to start a corporate strategy meeting. We wanted to have this conversation face to face, he said. My mom nodded. Things haven't been right. We know that. Ashley leaned forward, we know what we did, and we know what we didn't do. They were trying, I could tell, not just to fix it, trying not to blow it. Carefully choosing every word like I was a landmine. They weren't sure how to step around. We took advantage of you, my mom said. And we let it go too far. You were there for us, and we gave nothing back. We know an apology doesn't erase what happened, Ashley added. But we're not here to ask you for anything. I just sat back in the chair and listened. I didn't nod. I didn't interrupt. I wanted to hear the full version of their truth before I said anything. We miss you, my mom said. Not what you did for us, you. That's what we're asking for, a second chance to know our son again. That part almost hit something in me. Almost. When they were done talking, I sat up and said, I forgive you. I meant it. At least the part of me that needed to let go did. They exhaled like I'd lifted some invisible burden off their backs. There was this brief, strange moment where everything felt suspended, like we were on the edge of something new. For a little while after, we just talked, casual stuff, safe topics. A movie Ashley watched. Grandma's blood pressure. My mom made a joke about burning chicken last week. It was almost eerie how normal it felt. Then, as I was standing up to leave, my dad said it, so down the line, once things settle again, you'd maybe be open to helping a little? Not like before. Just a bit. We could really use it. The words hung in the air like smoke. I turned to him slowly. No. He blinked. No, not right now. I meant in the future. Once, no, I said again. Not later. Not ever. It wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. My mom looked like she wanted to say something but didn't. Ashley looked like she couldn't believe I had actually said it. My dad stood up. Then what the hell was all this? This was me giving you a chance to be honest, and you were. But the moment things felt stable, you started looking for an opening. He pointed toward the door, you can go. Before I could move, I heard Grandma's voice from behind me. I didn't know she was even in the house. No, he won't, she said. He's not leaving like that. She came into the room holding a glass of water, standing straight despite her knees. You don't get to push him out again just because he didn't give you the answer you wanted. My dad didn't say a word. Just walked into the kitchen. My mom stared at the floor. Ashley sat frozen like she wanted to disappear. I walked out on my own. 3 days later, they showed up at my place. All 3 of them, standing in the same order on my porch, but this time Grandma was with them. They didn't text. They didn't call. They just came. I didn't open the door at first. I watched from behind the blinds. They didn't knock. They just waited. After a few minutes, I opened the door. We're not here to ask, my mom said. We're here because we're ready to listen. We want to know you again, Ashley added. For real this time. My dad didn't say anything, but he looked different, smaller, almost tired. I let them in. We sat around my kitchen table, my table, in my home. And they didn't ask me for money. They didn't talk about the car or the internet or the bills. They asked about me. They asked about how I felt that day when no one showed up. What it was like to feel invisible. And this time, they actually listened. It wasn't a full repair. That doesn't happen in a single evening, but it was something real. Before they left, my mom turned to me and said, "We'll probably screw up again, but we're going to keep showing up, even if you don't answer." I nodded. The next morning, a second letter arrived in the mail. Same handwriting, same no return address. This is the part where they either become better or just better at pretending. You'll know soon enough. I folded the paper and tucked it in the back of my kitchen drawer. I wasn't sure which version of them I'd just seen, but I was ready. Either way,